Let's do it.
What is happening, fam? Welcome to In Your City. I'm your guy, Arrington Gavin. Joining me always is my good friends and fam. I got comedian Ciroc Fox,
Yo,
hustle queen Miss Michelle Young,
Hey, hey.
and then shout out to our awesome producer, Mr. Cam Golly. What's going on, man?
Yo. It's good.
Look, how's everybody doing? I see, look, we got the holiday theme going on with Ciroc. I say, I like the tree back there, boss.
yeah, man, that's a result of a lot of heartache.
Heartache.
I expect
Well,
happiness.
I say heartache because every year a tree dies, and from the ashes, a new tree is born from the remnants. So, as the history turns of the Fox legacy here, this is I think, the ninth tree that this family has had over the years, and
Do all of y'all do real trees? Cause I use.
no, it's not a real tree. It's not a real tree. That's the thing.
Okay.
We try to make the trees last. we try to get them to we try to get them to come to the next year with us, but something always ends up
I
happening.
don't think they're designed that way.
That's funny.
I think
they have
Ciroc
a
just purposely
very
like gives them
short
up
shelf
like after
life
the
after
holidays.
that.
No, you're supposed to be able to box it right back up, put it in the closet, stay in there for a year.
real trees.
No, that's not a real
it's
tree.
artificial.
I thought you were talking
Yeah.
about real trees.
No, the fake ones. This is supposed to be a
Yeah.
pack it up tree.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is tree number 9.
So,
Wow, Ciroc, that's what
no,
This is tree number 9.
this is an unintended topic, but we got to dissect
Why? I need to know what's happening to these trees.
because you.
to tell you the truth, it's not a like a single culminating event. It's not like the same thing happening to each tree. It's just things happen. Like
Cam, that's
accidents
the investigation we gotta
happen.
do. That's the investigation we got to do. I'm
Yeah.
curious. What really?
But it's stuff from older trees that made it to the new tree.
The ornaments.
It's actually one of Ayrton's coasters is in there if you can.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's
Probably
funny.
all the ones that he broke.
Yeah.
It's glued together. That's how much we care about your gift.
Appreciate it.
Michelle
funny.
gives off real tree vibes.
No, I told you what I do. I saran wrap my tree with everything on it.
Yeah.
I put
And
the
then unravel it.
packing, yeah, the moving paper. I just put it on it and it's ready
Kim, I feel
every
like that
year.
was like a culture thing to say because I feel like most black people we always done like fake trees. At least from I grew up always having like an artificial,
No.
but I've only had
Yeah,
two.
same.
Have I ever had a real tree? I had a real tree before. I know I had, cause the needles, and that's why we never did it again.
Yeah.
Because of all them damn needles.
Messy. I wouldn't do it because of that too.
At a
Mm-hmm.
later date, we're gonna unpack why you can't. Keep
Why a tree can't make it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So
yeah.
we started doing trees. Me and my wife started doing trees when she moved in with me in California. That was 9 years ago. I say 9 years ago, and so this is tree number 9. And every year we try to,
So
bring it into the next year.
so at this point, just get real trees if you buy a new one every year.
We're not trying to, bro. We're not trying to.
Hey, look, Cam, you know what I just got a thought process. I think in the moment of the holidays, Ciroc is enjoying some good herb, and then in the mindset goes on like that's
See,
a
I
real
wasn't
tree.
gonna go there, but
I'm
that
sorry,
was.
mean,
I had to. I had
No.
to.
Pick it up.
I think once you do, you're like,
After tree number 3, you learn to get a fire retardant tree. Like you after. I'm not an amateur here. I'm on tree 9. Obviously, my tree is fireproof. My tree is fireproof, acid proof. There's not a single bit of glass on there, even though it looks
Yeah.
like it. Yeah, we're smart here.
no.
We don't use hooks anymore.
But it looks great. Still. It looks well designed. It looks
Oh,
it looks
it
beautiful.
definitely looks good. It
So
definitely
it's
Yeah.
blood on that tree. It's blood on that tree.
Okay, all right.
start the show. We've been talking 5 minutes about my Christmas tree
So
hazards.
this is an intervention about what's going on with these trees, sir.
That's
No.
so funny.
Well, look, y'all. Look, we have a lot to chop it up today. But first, I got to do the dad jokes because the public has spoken and they gotta have them. Oh, Ciroc, don't give me that face. Don't. Don't do
I
that.
thought he couldn't find one fast enough, so we would just go skip it.
Yeah, no, it didn't work that way.
He must have been Googling while we was talking. That's why he
I
was
sure
stalling.
was. I sure was. Okay, I got one, guys. So, a pony with a cough. What do you call it? A pony that's just a little horse.
And that's the one he chose, y'all.
That's crazy.
And that's
Like he had access to the full internet.
A little horse.
That's what he came back with. That's what he came back with.
A engine with endless bounds. So many jokes out there, and he chose. Man, now the show awkward. Now we gotta be weird.
Where's the
Now we
Christmas
gotta
one?
be weird.
Hey, Michelle.
I need one
Piano back there?
to
Is that a real piano back there, Michelle? Is that?
Lord, can we start the show?
Let's start the show. All right, fam. Well, look, let's get it going with some topics.
Now it's all weird.
When has it never been weird on this show? Look, y'all, let's get it going. Comedian TK Kirkland recently, and it caught my attention because it brought out a broader conversation between, single fathers and single mothers and just the whole talk about child support, right? So I don't know the podcaster's name, but she was trying to grill TK Kirkland, a person that you really can't grill if you've seen his work. I mean, he's an intelligent guy. And she, you got the video right there. You about to play it first, Cam?
Yeah, talk it through.
So what she asked is like, hey, do you pay child support? And he's like, no, I don't pay child support. Sure, you don't pay child support. You don't. I take care of my babies. I take care of my babies.
Well, if you're gonna tell the whole thing, there's no need to play the
Oh,
video.
I didn't know that. That's
So when he said talk it through, what you were supposed to do was just do a quick glaze and icing of the video, and then introduce. They were going to press play. I'll show you what he meant. Talk it through. Okay. Well, in the video,
hit the button.
you'll see an interesting discussion.
Take it away, Cam. Take it away.
I was trying to give you an example, so in the future, you know.
Talk about child support. Take it away, Cam.
I got you, bro. I got you.
And
How much you
again,
paying child support?
yeah, I don't pay nothing in child support.
Ooh.
Like I'm a good dad.
Hold on, but you travel all the time.
Yeah,
They're
but I'm
all
still a
different
good
states.
dad.
But you don't pay child support.
Why would I pay child support?
So you take them to school every day. You take them to the doctor's offices. You take them to practice.
I
you
mess
take them
with
to the
women that
play
got
dates?
themselves together.
Okay.
And
Spoken like a true toxic man.
But
You know what it takes physically? I would rather
Yes.
today, where I am today. I'm
Wait,
doing
slow
it
down. Can we
Yeah.
pause it for a second? What did I miss? Why is everything so mad all of a sudden? What happened? What did
Because
am I slow?
Because she had in her head one particular thing. She didn't let him talk. She just assumed he wasn't providing for his kids. All he
Okay,
said-
that's what I'm missing. My bad. Because
all
I
he
was
said-
like,
but you're thinking like a logical person. All he's saying is, I don't pay child support. He didn't say I don't
Yeah.
support my kids. I don't do this. I don't do that. All he says is, I don't give money to the government to take care of my kids. That's all he said. So you didn't miss nothing. You didn't miss nothing.
man, it went from 0 to 100 so fast that I thought I was dumb.
He immediately became a toxic male by saying nothing. Yes.
She's snapping.
Yep.
Yeah.
She is. It gets worse.
But you know
Oh,
how
wow.
easy it is for me to go and work and make the money. I have to have a nanny, right?
Yes.
How often could you have possibly been
that's
there?
true. But so what's
you
your,
paying child support
So
then?
what's your, I don't pay child support.
Okay, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
Like why would I pay child support? I'm not a bum.
Because did you pay for their school?
Of course.
Okay, so by
But
child-
you talk so fast. You don't let people get their thoughts out.
You just kept saying I don't pay child support.
You're a judge.
No. You kept saying I don't
You
pay child
put
support.
people on the.
Okay, so
no,
all these
when I
children
say
you
I pay, no. Let's make sure we're clear. It's very important because I got my friend, my
So
parents.
child support,
Let
you're
me
thinking-
let me finish my thought, darling.
Oh, 2x.
Thank you. Yep, make sure. when I say don't pay, that's the communication gap.
Okay.
When you saying, what do I pay? You're thinking child support. I'm not giving anything. I'm saying I take care of my babies.
Okay, what does that look like?
Yeah, it looks like you take care of them.
Can you explain to me what it looks like for you to
Yeah,
have to take
put
care of
the
second
school,
kids?
clothes, trips, etc.
Okay, what
I
about
like this part.
they live in the house with their mom
Yes.
24/7, right?
Yes.
They live in their home. So do you
Right.
pay any of those bills in their house?
Yes, I did. They grown now.
We're gonna focus.
Yeah,
18
when they
and
was
down.
when they were kids, yes.
So the 16-year-old not right now. So you
Yes.
still have one that's underage.
Yes, and well taken care of.
What does that look like
It's
right
amazing.
now today?
It's amazing.
What does it look like
What do you mean? What it looks like?
for the 16-year-old right now? What does that look like? How do you take care of him?
What is she trying to
We
prove?
hang, go to games, etc.
School?
Yeah,
Pay
he
for
goes
it?
to school. Yeah, I don't take
got
him
a
to
car?
school. No, he's 16. No,
So who drives him to school?
his mom.
So you pay for the gas?
no,
Do you pay
Pay
for her
for
car
the fucking
insurance?
no,
gas.
Do you pay for her car bill?
no,
Do you pay for her light bill?
no.
Do you give her money for food?
Of course,
How much?
whatever she needs.
So every month you
I
don't.
don't. I don't see.
So she has to ask you for it.
See, here's the thing. The structure.
All right, I can't do it.
This right here, she
can't do
lost
it
so
anymore.
much credibility as far as like a podcaster, in my opinion. Like that was just a downfall moment for her because it shows what she's trying to make a theme out of a show. First of all, the man said I take care of my babies, like you were saying earlier, Kim. He never said I don't pay. Well, he said I don't pay child support, but I take care of my babies, which is pretty much the
He
most
said,
important thing.
I'm not a bum, so I don't need the government's assistance to take care of my kids.
Hey,
Yeah,
he's
to
like,
tell
my-
me what
like,
to
my
pay.
the women, they take care of themselves. They got they stuff together. Like for one, can we just talk about how TK was so poised throughout this whole thing? When she's freaking out, he's like, I don't pay child support. I'm always got this shit together. Hold on, darling. Hold on. Like,
But even when we all found out early in the conversation what he meant. And even though she found out a little bit later, she still connected the dots and realized he wasn't a bum. So why at the end was she going so
Trying
hard?
to catch him on something. And Ciroc, to your point, it went from supporting the child, and I think this is what Arrington is going to get into. It went from methods of supporting the child to supporting the child's mom. Like, why is he paying for her car, her insurance, and all that stuff? That is her responsibility. His responsibility is to take care of his child. But I digress.
because I mean, let's think about it. Like, by law, the whole term for child support is to what? Make sure the child is getting taken care of. Exactly what he said. I take care of my babies. But I feel like the way it's always been put out there to the public is with these huge amounts of money being paid per month, based on the income of the individual. They're like, all this money is not going towards the child. I mean,
Yes, don't.
I mean, for example, like Nick Cannon, I think I heard he paying like almost 6 figures per month in child support per month per child, something like that. But he's paying big money. What do you think 6 figures is going straight to the child? It could be, but I'm just saying, like, what private schools?
There was a rumor one time that my dad paid child support, and we ain't never seen a dime. So I don't know. Well, that's hearsay. We don't really have clear understanding if he ever paid it or not. But
Well, you know what's right? It's funny you said because like my father, same thing. He paid child support, but whenever I always visit him in person or was hanging out with him, he always gave me something in my hand too to put in my pocket, but as well as made sure that, hey, look, is he taking care of? Is everything good? I mean, being a great father, right? But I think for her, she was really just saying that you should take care of the mother instead of really paying attention at the child, and it
exactly what
backfired.
you're saying.
It backfired.
Mightily,
Yeah.
heavily
It's-
backfired.
As coming from a person who has received child support and also paid child support, during the years my son lived with his dad, we weren't on child support though. So I can understand him saying, we didn't have to go through the government to set up payments. We just said, hey, how much you think you need? What you need for food, stuff like that. And, I paid it. When the 2 years he lived with his dad, I paid it too. I took care of him in the way that he's saying. I think there's a lot of issues in this particular area. Like
I
what
believe
you're
some
saying with
people
the, like,
see it as a job. I think some people sees it as a career.
Yeah,
like
but it's not like it's
a
not the whole time.
professional.
When I had my kids when they were younger, guess what? I was working. I started businesses. Like I had to work
No,
for my own stuff. Like
there's some women who see it like their goal is to get a famous
to
person
get the bag,
pregnant
to get the
and
bag.
Sure.
to get
Dre,
set up for life.
Hey, so
Drea, Drea
you got a
Michelle.
song about that.
so like it sounds like in that situation, it sounds like your whole life is going to be in a basically you're imprisoning your own life because you're never going to do the things you're passionate about and you want to do because you're going to have to rely on somebody else.
Are they passionate about
So
anything other than getting
I don't
their
know.
things
That's a
paid
good
for?
question.
I don't think they are. I think
You would
Yeah,
hope that people
I
would
don't
be,
think
but
they I don't think cuz think about it, there's men who do it too. So let's not even zero in on just
yeah,
women cuz I know there's
yeah.
men. I've met a guy who his goal was to get a rich woman pregnant.
That's
Like that is his, and he trains, he works out nonstop. He like his whole mission is the trick of rich woman and then having a kid with him, and then boom, reveal the fact that, oh, by the way, I'm a bum. It's just
Hey, look, that happened to Halle Berry.
With all that energy, you could be putting it into like he could be a
Thank
personal
you.
trainer making a lot of
Have your
money
own
right
business.
now.
what are we to say if it works?
Like,
Like what happens if it works? What happens if he does in fact sleep with a woman who is financially crazy stable? I mean, we're talking about mills, and he has a baby with her, and now he's set for life. He don't have to work no more.
look, quick example. Like I don't know if y'all remember the reality show, like Basketball Wives. When that first started off, ain't nobody that was casted was actual wife of a baller. They had a child by a
Yeah.
baller.
And
The
so
girl, Drea Michelle, she was with she's with a young basketball player right now. We were talking about it a long time ago here on the show. She has a baby with a basketball player, and she's like 20 years older than him.
so if they giving TV shows to women who have kids with
incentivized.
celebrities, that's a whole career goal.
I think the problem why she got so triggered is there are so many people who don't get child support
That has
and
nothing to do.
they're on assistance. I know what you're saying, but I think part of why people are so triggered about it is because there's a lot of people, single moms, single dads, that their significant other is in jail or they can't keep a job and they don't get that support. So then it turns into this as soon as a person says they don't pay it, because I got asked when I didn't, the years my son didn't live with me, I was asked before too, do you pay child support? And I'm like, yes, I don't pay child support, but I pay, I give him something. But it's just a lot of people have triggers and trauma when it comes to that.
Well,
Grew up and their moms were on government assistance because they couldn't get child support.
before we move on to the next one, man, I wanted to toss up too because I think she thought she had him cornered. TK Kirkland has 7 kids with 7 different baby mamas. So right then and there, I think she assumed that okay, this obviously is a guy that's not really there for those kids. I mean, just again with the ideal of when you have some.
But she never brought that up.
She didn't.
Her complete angle was monetary. Do you pay for this? Do you pay for that? Do you pay for this? Do you pay child support? She never talked about actually being there for your kids because that was an afterthought for her. Her whole thing was monetary. The whole thing. If she made that point, then I would have given her some credit or whatever. But that was an afterthought.
I mean, even if she would have made that, I think she still. I mean, TK said I take care. I mean, he could say I got 20 kids from 20 to baby. I take care of my babies. I think he still would have had a valid point. When I watched the video first and then at the end, I'm like, how many kids is to TK really? Like TK like 60 something right now. Like he mentioned it on the on one of his stand up shows. I'm gonna go. He said, yeah, I'm like 64, 63 years old. Yeah, he got 7 kids, but 7 different baby mamas. I'm like, God dang, TK.
Wow.
Just
Wow.
pop.
That's a lot.
In all different states. But anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and move it on real quick to pretty talked about conversation that happened in the news recently. The CEO of United Healthcare was gunned down in broad daylight in New York City. The day during they had like a conference at one of their big conferences that they make out there, and a lot of people are like wondering, "Whoa, this was like a straight personal attack." So
This for you, Ciroc.
Right now, the CEO of United Health was shot and killed earlier this morning in Midtown Manhattan in what police are calling a targeted attack. This is according to the New York Post. Brian Thompson was shot in the chest outside of the Hilton Hotel just before 7 this morning. The Post reports a masked gunman was waiting for the CEO as he arrived for an early conference. The gunman then fled down 6th Avenue. Police are still looking for him.
And Jonathan O'Meara, I'm reading from the New York Times. He was shot, on 6th Avenue at the New York Hilton Midtown, which is only a couple of blocks from 30 Rock, and United Healthcare.
All right, we don't have to.
In broad day.
Yeah.
That's wild.
it's intense.
6 o'clock in the morning. He knew
It's
where he was
that's
going to be. He knew he was going to be
He
alone.
was watching him for a while.
Yeah.
And here's the crazy thing, guys. He had received death threats prior to this trip. Like there were some reporters saying that they've spoken with the family, and his wife had said, really, I don't want you to go to this conference. I don't think it's worth it. He's like, look, I'll be fine. But and he had received death threats prior. For one, it got to be a hard job to have when you work for a healthcare company, because let's be honest, I don't think the public are not really fans of healthcare providers.
I don't see. The thing is,
No one should lose their life over it. But
why are you getting death threats? What are you doing?
Thank
like,
you.
So-
Something.
what are you doing so bad that you're getting death threats? Maybe you should change up your.
I also don't think the death threats were related, because when you see how he did what he did, this wasn't a death threat type of guy. This was I'm gonna get in, I'm gonna do what I need to do, and I'm gonna get out kind of guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hold on. I don't know how much they actually show on this video's YouTube, so I know they don't actually show the killing, but they have a little clip of. So this is the scene. So that's the CEO walking. That's him coming up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
wow.
was assassination.
Yeah.
Showed enough. Showed enough.
Exactly.
That motherfucker wasn't missing.
No.
That wasn't no amateur. That wasn't nobody with a grudge. That was a
No.
professional hit.
Yeah.
They're like a silencer too, so nobody
and
can
what
really
you
hear.
did
Yeah.
hear, Ciroc, he got off. He then got on the city bike, ran into Central Park, dropped his bag, and he was gone. They couldn't find him. They still haven't found him.
That's crazy. That is some intense stuff. And
Wow.
see, a lot of people are bringing up like, okay, other different healthcare companies, and they're going back over the salaries that they make and things in that nature. And it's just, I don't know, some shiciness. That's almost it's some really suspect stuff that occurred. And like Ciroc said, that was a professionally done hit. That wasn't no
Yeah.
amateur. Like, let me go ahead and really like see how I work this gun, and I'm a he
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
No, he shot.
No.
He did something. I don't know how much they actually showed, but he adjusted it. He shot again. He adjusted it again. He shot again. Because the other thing, Ciroc, I know you probably picked up on this. There was a silencer on the weapon also. So
Just his stance alone. His stance
Yeah.
alone. You amateurs got a tendency to be leaning away from the gun. You know what I mean? Like when people got this a revenge, I'm going to get you back type, killing. They do things.
passion involved.
You know what I mean? It's just stances is different. He was leaned into the weapon, aggressive, 2 hands, relaxed. I mean, that dude was a pro.
It looked like a movie.
Yeah.
it looks
It
it
really
looked just
did.
like a
It
movie.
looked like a movie.
That was wild.
But I think
Bold.
it's a bigger conversation as to it's a have and a haves not thing. This man was heading into a conference or whatever he was heading into to share with his stockholders or his company or whatever that United Healthcare was $30 billion in profit last fiscal or over this year. I don't know what the time was. But this is the same United Healthcare where if someone is sick in the hospital and they need certain medicines or they need this, and that, you're getting denied from your insurance
Yeah.
company, and you got to figure out a way to pay out of pocket for this stuff. But yet,
Mm-hmm.
they have $30 billion in our premiums because
Yeah.
I have United Healthcare. So like, they have $30 billion in our premium, and they're like, so your job is to take our money and find ways not to give it back to us. When
Pretty
we need it.
much.
And what's funny, and I don't not ha ha funny, but Blue Shield was about to make an announcement yesterday or sometime during the week that they are going to kind of throttle. So in regards to anesthesia, when you're having
Oh, I
surgery
saw
performed,
that.
yeah, they were going to give you a certain amount, or they were going to cover a certain amount, and if you need over that, then you would have to pay additional money to the hospital.
Yeah. That's wild.
After the assassination, they canceled that announcement.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they should have canceled that because that's like basically if your surgery is longer than expected or
Yep.
you require it for whatever reason, health
Anything
wise, like
outside
that's
your hands,
insane.
like anything outside
Yeah.
your control,
You're
basically.
paying for it. You're paying for it. That is crazy.
And the worst
Yeah.
part is they will find out about that they have to pay that will be like months and months behind because they'll be like, okay, I'm fully recovered. Wait a minute, I see this bill, and then you're on the phone with somebody for like hours
Yep.
on hold, and it's a stressful, it's an annoying system. I remember when I used to work in I was part-time working in physical therapy, and like every time we would like change I'm gonna just say this provider is no longer covered with us. It's almost like it will change every quarter or every like couple months, and it was sad because for people that was still had like long duration physical therapy, like post surgery, this and that and the other, like, wait a minute, I can't pay $100 per visit. I can't, like, I got to be here 3-4 days I'm recommended by, like, what's gonna happen. So it's a
Nasty out there.
it's a sad
My
story.
my last 9 to 5 job, the one of the deciding factors of why I quit was it was dental related. So I don't know if it's not as serious as healthcare, but I worked at a job and I finally got to the status where I could get dental. And when I finally was able to get dental, because I always wanted teeth is my biggest insecurity ever. I want my whole grill gone and new teeth in. I know exactly how much it costs. I know exactly how it was going to get covered. And when I finally was able to do it, and I went to the doctor's office to set the appointment, it was like, oh, y'all place don't cover us no more. And I was like, okay, who do? And when I tried to look for what, like dentists or what,
In the network. You
in
trying
the
to look
network,
in the
yeah, nobody. It was nothing around. It was like stuff in Alaska, and I'm like, what's going on? It's impossible to use. And I did
Yeah.
all. I was like, you know what? I'm done. I give up. Like, no more. I'm not working for nobody else no more. I quit.
and the scary thing is, it's by design. Your what you did is what they want. They want you to just be like, you know what?
To give
Forget it.
up.
I'm just not going to be bothered.
Yeah.
'Cause
I
that's
mean,
what most people are going to do. Most people don't have
I've
the
been-
time and energy to go and chase after
No.
these insurance companies for claims, for coverage, or whatever the case may be.
But
Scary.
even when there is something wrong, like I've been in physical therapy for a month and a half from my neck and back, and I've been having like numbness in my hand and my right foot. And they basically told initially the insurance was going to authorize an MRI because they think there's something wrong with a nerve or a disc. So then they came back. I got all the way to the day of the appointment and they called and said that they denied it. And so pretty much the insurance now says the only way they're going to approve it is if I completely lose feeling in my right side. I'm like, so I got to basically not be
So
able
let the
to use my entire right side, not my feet and my hands.
A
You want me
stroke.
to be- yeah,
They basically told you to have a stroke.
That's so messed up. That's so messed up.
And I'm
see,
like,
what were you
they
gonna say,
don't wanna
Michelle?
be I just say they're not proactive. They preach for us to be proactive in all these healthcare plans. Eat healthy, exercise. Us be proactive. But then when something is starting to not be good and not go right, you don't want to pay for us to be proactive.
Which don't make sense because it's cheaper to catch it earlier than it is. So get it to a point where they want you to be. You know what I mean?
And see,
Well,
and
the
that's
thing
why.
is, even Ciroc, to your point, but even when it gets to that point, they're still going to hold back on the amount of money that they give you once you're going through whatever it is that you end up with.
Yeah.
And see, that's why, like, a lot of people think that I'm going into politics. Like Bernie Sanders, senator out of Vermont, he always pushes for free health care. But people are like saying you're crazy, you're crazy. But really, in like other countries, they have free health care. I don't know. I want to say Canada has free health care if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not. It can be done. We just have,
United States would never.
Exactly. We have the greed.
That's like saying we're going to start using the steam engine when
Yeah.
oil is still out and popping in these streets.
Yeah.
Ain't happening.
It's the truth, man. You got CEO salary, man. They're making well over $20 million, and like you mentioned, Cam earlier, profit of over $30 billion. It's it's just
It's nasty. It's nasty.
It is, man. It is. But look, we're gonna keep y'all in tune and follow up more because this will be a longer conversation. Like Cam had said earlier, it will be a longer conversation, and we'll see where it goes from there. But look, it's about that time, y'all. We got to move it on. We're gonna move it on to one of our favorite segments of the day. It's time for Ciroc. What you think?
Oh yeah, that's right. My bad.
I have
You good.
No
You
music.
good. All right, man. This is look to me, man. This one is gonna sound a little. I hope it don't sound mean. I really don't want it to sound mean. But it's just one of those repeat questions that I'll often get, and it seems like each time I hit a new level, or each time I try a new thing, or or creating something that I wasn't in that medium beforehand. Like the music project that we got coming out, and we got these dancers and these writers, and everybody's coming together and creating this whole, what I would say, ghetto Disney project with me. And because of that, this question arrived again, and the question basically is, how do I start, or how do I find the perfect time to start my dream, my goal, my blah 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 blah. Hey yo, you bullshitting. Like, at this point, at our big ages, because it's not little motherfuckers asking me these questions. The little motherfuckers around me are asking questions of, hey, how did you do that? Can you look at my way of doing it and critique? Or, that's what the little guys are asking. The younger people are asking me. But the people my age, the people in their mid-30s, early 40s, and they talking about creating something new and when the perfect time to find. We already talked. There's never going to be a perfect time to start. And the only reason you haven't started now is because you pussy. Like, the only reason you have not chased after what you wanted is because you scared. Now, I would respect you if you was to be real about it and say, hey, I'm scared. But you too pussy to admit that you pussy. And I don't know how much patience y'all want me to have for these. I don't know how much patience you want me to have for you. At this point, look, Arrington's what, 22? He is already. How old are you, Arrington?
29.
At least 45.
That was a good one, Cam. That was a good one.
That's crazy.
I'm going after Cam's age.
We don't know his age at all. He's a baby or a grandpa. We don't. Well, Benjamin Button over here has done something that 40-year-old men have not had the cognitive function of, like, just go. Just do it. I don't have no more motivational speeches for you niggas. You scared.
You're not wrong, Ciroc, but I do have a retort when you're done.
I'm done. I'm done with them. I don't know. I don't have nothing else. I don't know what they want me to do. What is it? What's holding you back? What is it? Why are you so stuck in your ways when it's not fucking working?
So you kind of answered your question without even realizing it in your setup. And I think the difference is, and I'm even a part of that, we are from a 9 to 5 generation. We are from a generation where you go to school, you go to work, you have that safety blanket of having that income that comes in constantly. And anything outside of that is a huge risk, and it needs to be perfectly calculated before you take that jump. You all's generation is very different because y'all are getting it like other ways. And you've been shown how, not necessarily shown how to do it, but you have more of a confidence behind it because the blueprint had been set out for what you all are doing in generations that followed us. So if you're saying older people are coming to you asking, it's because they're scared of making that leap that you all took right when you got into the
But
workforce.
older is like when I'm saying I'm not saying older like 50. I'm not saying older like
But still,
45, 49. I'm
even
saying older
yeah.
like this is a 38-year-old man. You know what I mean? This is
But
a
that's still within a generation, though, because that's only a few years younger than me.
I don't know,
A few
man. And
years,
it's hard for you
Cam.
to defend them when you yourself are in your 40s and you're doing something insane currently. Like you're putting your time, your effort, your cognitive thinking. You ain't got much years left, and you putting it behind
All right.
Michelle's dream that could possibly be a horrible idea. This could all be wrong. This could all fail. This could all be like, but you're still doing it. You still have the balls to be like, fuck it.
Yeah.
This is how I want to live. Fuck it. What's the worst that can happen? Fuck it. This could actually work.
Right.
But everybody else, that's why it's hard for me to. I don't want to waste too many of my good old fashioned speeches on pussies. I don't like.
Well, like Cam, I think to add with Ciroc, like for me, it would have to be if a person is a repeat asker. You know what I mean? If he's a repeat, if he
Hey,
or
by,
she is
by
a
the way,
repeat,
man. By the way,
like I'm like, look, bro, you do this every time we run into
A repeat asker is
That's
crazy.
But like I'm the person where it's never too late, regardless of the age. If it's your first time, it doesn't. It's always It's always great to provide that kind of information because I mean, hell, a lot of successful individuals that are public speakers, I mean, that's what they do. That's their job is to share, their info, right? Basically encourage people to take that leap of faith because when it comes to business ownership and stuff like that, it's all about taking a leap of faith and, taking a gamble. I mean, it's
I
the
think
hardest thing to do in life.
I think I've hit a point in my professional career where I don't want to mentor the beginners anymore. I want to mentor the people with some scraped knees. I want to mentor some people that got some scars, some battle wounds, some out the intermediate, the ones who they realize that damn I don't know nothing, and I doubt that my mentor knows much more, but I'll see. Like I want to teach them people because the beginners, the ones who haven't started nothing yet, the ones who just look out the window and say, "Boy, this would be a great idea."
They
You know
don't
what I
have a
mean?
foundation. They don't have
Yeah.
anything set in stone.
You don't them type of people, they buy $5 bags of weed, and I can't stand those people. They buy Nick bags. Them the motherfuckers I don't want to have no conversations with.
Yeah, I think
Nick mag
who you
buyers.
surround who you surround yourself with is very important too. If you keep a bunch of people around who are afraid to and just want to kind of stay where they are, then obviously there's no accountability. I think it's important to put people around that hold you accountable to your dreams. Like, I was just telling Cam the other day of something that I want to do next year, start next year. It seems insane. It seems like it's very, very high risk considering the changes I'm going to have to make to get there. But also, I'm a bit of a cliff diver anyway. But that's also because I have a lot of people around me who are like, yes, you can do anything. You can do anything that you put your mind to. You can do it, and it's been that way most of my life with my own family. The way my parents, they ran businesses, So I think it's a lot of, you need to find people who are of a like mind to, to follow their dreams and to to be a bit of a risk taker, and stop keeping people around you who just, you know, tell you what's comfortable, or to tell you what's the safest. Because doing what you're saying, if you want to really get to your dream, you're going to have to cliff dive. You're going to have to take risks. It's going to be terrifying. And guess what? There's going to be a lot of really, 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 really bad days. There's going to be days where you just want to quit and you just feel like this is never going to work. Why did I do all this? But eventually, if you keep going every day, if you keep trying every day, if you keep surrounding yourself, with people who have like mind, eventually you're going to break through and something positive is going to happen.
I want y'all to listen to me real quick on my peaceful voice. The people at home. I'm pretty high right now because I've been smoking the Christmas special since December 1st. And I tell you what, I've just been very honest. The four of us are in this metaphorical plane in the skies, and we got our nice little harness, a parachute, and if we jump, we get millions, and sometimes when we jump, we miss the landing, so we get back in the plane and we jump again. And y'all are in the plane with us every now and again. We tune in on an episode or two. And every time we jump and talk about something new or venture out into something great, we turn around and flick you off for staying in the plane for being a pussy. I don't got no motivation for you today. That's it. That's all I got.
Well, it is what it is.
I'm not wasting my words.
I get it. I get it.
Hey, I mean, I think that was a great Ciroc. What you think? I mean, again, I agree with you at points on this, Ciroc, and then again, I think I'm just speaking on I use my term repeat askers. If you repeat
askers, nice. And then Michelle dropped the cliff diving term. I like that. When she first said it, I pictured me holding her hand and I got my foot up and I'm kind of jumping off the cliff with her. Man, I really like that metaphor.
Yeah.
That's funny. What if you don't like heights though, Michelle?
I mean, I don't necessarily like heights, but I like to be successful. So
I know that's right. And you talked about being comfortable. The world is not about being comfortable. It's about being uncomfortable, and being uncomfortable, with those challenges, man, that's what grows you. So, Ciroc, I think you hit that right on the head, especially, kind of heading towards the end of the 2024 year, kind of preparing folks for 2025, who I know.
What's crazy is like, when you really think about it, your life sucks already. So if you fail, what's gonna happen? Nothing. Like, your life is already shitty. What are you scared? You scared to be continuously shitty?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Thank you.
He said
Depression. Already bad. I'm trying to do this thing to make it great, and that fails too. All right, now I'm depressed.
Now I'm depressed.
That's funny.
They're gonna be jumping off a cliff for real.
Yeah. Too bad.
All right, fam. Well, look, it's about that time, y'all. It's about that time. We gotta move it on to another segment of the show. It's time for Michelle's Corner.
What's going on? So, speaking of being uncomfortable in uncomfortable situations, I thought I would bring up, something related to the holiday season and what can seem to be a little bit uncomfortable for some people.
Oh, it's more period talk. Here we go.
So dating during the holidays is already challenging. It can be a little bit traumatic. There's a lot of anxiety involved in going to meet, especially if it's the first holiday that you're meeting one another's families, and you're trying to put your best face forward. and you're trying to be on your best behavior, but also, let people know who you are, and, it's the aspects of your life. So, I've been talking to a couple people who had some difficult experiences, and I had kind of a little bit of a challenging experience myself over the Thanksgiving holiday, integrating as a couple who is obviously not the same race. And so this is more or less talking about individuals who are going to meet families that are not of the same culture, not of the same race,
Oh.
and the challenge is.
No, pause right there. I need to know. I need to know what this topic is. If you're gonna laugh like that, I need to know.
Bro, can you, come on, stop. We just got done talking about how we grown as fuck, bro. Can y'all picture Michelle walking into old boy's grandma's house? Stop fucking playing with me.
I'll do you one better.
All the aunties is like,
No, I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna do you one better. So over the weekend, which I shared with Cam, I visited my significant other's church family, and it was, there was a couple hundred people, and it was a Jamaican cultural. It was a cult. The church is obviously it was all black people, but they were Jamaican, and so there was adding that layer of culture to it. Not just So of course there was no other culture in there, which I don't care. I don't care. I'll talk to anybody.
You made him the most famous Jamaican. You know how much Jamaicans hate black people? Let me tell you something. You made him a hero.
Maybe silently, but the literal. Okay, so obviously there was a lot of people who were very uncomfortable and they were less than happy, with my presence, and it got me to thinking and talking to other people who were experiencing that. And so this is my question to you all. As I experienced some of the unfortunate incidents and events and things that were said, my perspective on it, I was trying to remind myself that, to be respectful of people wanting to protect their culture. I can't really say too much from going in that environment and them maybe having some distaste to the fact that they wish, my significant other were to stay with his own culture or with his own race, to get married and have kids, and to want to protect the sanctity of their culture, and so I tried to go into this experience with a high level of respect for them wanting, wanting to keep their culture the way it is because of obviously things that have happened for hundreds of years. So I walked into it in that aspect. But then there was another part of me that also was like, if we were to, when I take him up there in Christmas time and we go to my church and he meets my family, how will I react if he were to receive similar treatment? And then I realized I would literally, I would explode. I would put people in their place. There's no way we would not be staying in the church, sir. I would not allow there to be disrespect. But then again, my culture has always been privileged. We've never had to fight to keep our rights. We've never had to, to go through the extreme devastation that his culture has. And so it's just, it just brought up a topic to me, and I wanted to bring it to you all on what your thoughts are in these type of situations.
Culture aside, this is just speaking as a married man. This is where this is coming from. No one in my family has the balls to even formulate an opinion on my wife. No one. Even when we were dating, no one could muster up any type of negative energy to bring to me about that woman. Otherwise, they knew what was going to happen. Now, I say that to say that in that situation, church or not, you wouldn't have got approached with no negativity. And that needs to be your aura with him, as that strength, that same type of strength. Now he's still young, so it's gonna take him a while to develop that type of strength. That man shit kind of comes later on and through a lot of life, but you have that aura, and you gotta wrap and protect him. No one should feel any type of comfortness to say, oh, blah 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 about him. You know what I mean? They should feel y'all so locked in that insulting him would be basically insulting you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, even if someone in my family didn't like my wife, they would be shaking in their boots to even try to mention it to me. And that's me on recording right now. Like, this is with, I'd share this clip. No one can bring any type of negativity about my significant other, church, family, or not. And that just needs to be the energy when you locked in with somebody, and you need to develop it. If you feel like you don't have it just yet, you just gotta cook it up. You gotta find out how to get to that level to where when you're in the room, it's one team, one unit, one boop, boop, boop. And no one can find no chink in the armor to slip in some little slick shit.
Yeah. Yeah. What's your thoughts, Arrington?
I I really, I mean, I don't know. I don't have anything. Like, honestly, just to ignore the outside noise, because for one, no one in my family
Can't
besides,
ignore it.
Yeah, you can't ignore that.
Can't ignore it.
but
Yeah.
now
Those things,
repeat.
those things have to be acknowledged, because if you just ignore them, they don't stop and they get worse.
But what I'm saying is, yes, say something if someone tries to insult your either your taste or your partner that you bring in. I mean, obviously say something about it, but I would care less if a relative or a cousin comes with it. Like, I mean, it's not my now. I don't know. Maybe I'm different like that because
Oh, you saying like emotionally wise, it wouldn't affect you at all? Like you would, it doesn't
I
hold
mean,
no weight.
I would obviously say words if anyone tried to insult my wife or at the time we were dating. But I mean, it's hard because I've never gone through that personally. Like, even when I was like in
Yeah.
high school and college, like I say it right now, Shier has been the only black woman I've been.
I was about to say you've been interracially dating. You've been dabbling for you a dabbler.
You gotta remember, like, I was the minority in my school. I was in a private school setting, so I was the minority. Now, was there some moments where people would, and not them, but like their I don't know, their parents that will probably feel uncomfortable of, ooh, how do I break the ice with the conversation with the person from another culture, because they might not have a lot of friends or encounter a lot of people of color. They will bring on some random stuff. Like, I've told you, I've encountered a guy that says, my son-in-law is black, and I'm just like, oh god, here we go again.
But it's like, what do you talk about? How do you talk to a 15-year-old bearded, bald Arrington dating your daughter? Like, what do you?
And that's what I'm saying. It's like everybody. I mean, let's be honest. Everybody is always going to have their personal thoughts and keep that to themselves. Even now, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I love my in-laws to death, and I'm fortunate that both my families get along. But I guarantee probably each families have their thoughts and opinions about the other. It doesn't. I mean, I don't think about that every morning. Like, ooh, I wonder what they're thinking. I don't.
But they also don't bring it. They also wouldn't like. And you have that. You just described what I'm talking about. No one would bring that shit to you. Like, no one would have the energy, no one would have the balls to even bring that negativity towards you, because they know how solid you are in your relationship, that it would be silly to do. You would look like a hater.
It's hard. Now, I would say this. Say if my wife was in the picture and I come home with a say, not even take the race out of it. if somebody is from the opposing like religion, like I think that would be a big deal for me because like when I was in college, I was talking with the girl
Opposing
that
religion.
well different than religion. You know,
I was gonna let him rock. I already had an interruption, so I was gonna try to chill.
I told y'all I was hungover.
I wanted to let him go, but my brain just kept saying,
I told you I was
we gotta
hungover.
stop
I was
him.
trying to get
We
my
gotta
words
stop
out.
him.
I told you I was hungover, damn it. But
Opposing religion.
That's funny.
But she was Vietnamese, so like their religion was Buddhist. Now I know if we would have tried to extend the relationship, that would be a strong.
You think it would have been weird?
It wouldn't have been weird. It just would have been hard to try.
I don't know if Buddhism is one of them, but there are certain religions, and I don't want to get too far off track, that you have to convert. So that brings up a whole new
like
dynamic.
Jewish. You would have to. Jewish, you have to.
Michelle, do you think that maybe that was a strong thing? Like, would you have had to convert to their religion? Like, do they mean
Christian,
that?
right?
No, I actually could not. Like, for example, if we decided to get married, we would not be allowed to get married in their church. Like, it wouldn't be allowed.
Oh, and it's not just because
of
you
my
don't go to
race
Bible
and culture.
study.
No. Although I will say, I mean, their religion is not like Cam said, it's part of Christianity. Like, it's not anything
But
majorly different.
It's just some churches like. It's just the strictness is different. So I'm not saying like religion wise it is a big, but like say if you were to start going to their church, you became a member, you you went to their class. You know how some churches they go to church all week.
Yeah.
And they got something for the women's got a thing.
I was just about to say everybody has a different role too.
Right.
The women's role here in this church. This is the guys' role here.
So
in this
if
church.
you were to participate in all that, would they be cool with it, or it's strictly because racism?
They wouldn't be like, I wouldn't be allowed to be in any, even if I did try to join the church, I wouldn't be allowed to be in any sort of like leadership role or head of anything. Like it just wouldn't be allowed. And there's more than one reason, obviously I've been divorced before, so that's an issue that goes along with,
Scarlet, y'all old enough for y'all know about Hester Prynne, Scarlet Letter?
Yeah, I remember Scarlet Letter.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I got that. Apparently. The D for divorce.
Oh.
Look at Aaron's face. He like, nope, I don't get the reference.
But like we
book,
talked about
Aaron.
it ahead of time.
Yeah, man, the lady had to put a big ass fucking.
Yes, literally.
Scarlet
But
Scarlet
I
A.
felt, we talked about it ahead of time and about, me not disclosing to people if there are conversations, not really disclosing that I've been divorced and, stuff like that, which that's
They
the
so
part that made me
hypocritical.
uncomfortable because I was like, I already have my age against me. I have my race against me, and then the divorce. So it's like strike 3, you're out. Like,
You know what they have against them? Alcoholism, abuse, adultery. Don't worry about none of that nonsense because they sins are 3, 4, 5 times as worse. I don't, man. Listen here. I've been divorced. Fuck that.
I didn't really care like how they were feeling and thinking. I think for me, I was trying to really force myself to be in a respectful mindset to their culture and wanting to maintain that. And I didn't know if that's really the best way for me to look at it. Because I smiled, I was my normal self. I didn't care how people acted or what they said. I was still like, okay, I get why you want him to be with one of your own, one of the own women in here. I get that. But unfortunately, I'm not going anywhere. So unfortunately for you, I'm not going anywhere. Like, this is where I am. I'm here to stay. But, I just I had a whole host of emotions, but it didn't really affect me. Like, it didn't affect us or affect me because I knew going into it that it was going to be challenging. I did my research. I looked up the church. I made sure to kind of see their beliefs and to educate myself before walking in because I didn't want to have a traumatic experience.
Yeah, I stopped going to like black churches altogether. Like I just stopped going. The politics that was involved, the man, it was like a drama TV show at some time, and it didn't matter what church, what denomination. It was just there in that community. It was like enrooted in it. And if you had to deal with it, if you wanted to take any of these churches or the positions that you were in serious, and I chose not to, like,
If
it
you
ain't the
think-
worst time.
If you think about it, that's the case with any community and society. Like anything you talk about where there's a hierarchy, there's going to be drama, there's going to be this, and that, because when power and money are involved, that's just how things play out.
But in that environment, it shouldn't,
matter.
because that's what they teaching against.
Still human. Still
Exactly.
human. We're
Yeah.
talking about that they're still human.
Like, I don't have no problem with gangster moves and gangster
I'll
environments,
be right back, yo.
but I don't want gangster moves at church. I don't want to. I don't want to see somebody get strong armed for the name of the Lord. I don't,
On the pulpit, you remember what Ray J said? Somebody gonna get swept off the pole.
right.
Like,
I'm
what?
tired of seeing pastors getting smacked by the side ladies because they ain't paid their child support.
That's the thing, so like,
That's
it goes
wild.
to the point where nobody's perfect. Like, I mean, they busy, judging you on this and that and the other. They are probably suffering with alcohol. They suffering with this. They got somebody on the side. Like, that's why care. And Michelle, you were you were saying something earlier. I was gonna add to you that whenever it's like, for me, I struggle with it too. Whenever it's like a first encounter, I kind of I go a little overboard and overly trying to be like, hey, look, come on, try and like me. And it's like sometimes I gotta let them kind of, okay, I'll introduce myself, be respectful, this and that, and then kind of let them slowly grow themselves on me rather than trying to overdo it, because sometimes that can kind of
Yeah.
mess it up if you're used to everybody always appreciating you, and you're a very likable person, very extrovert. It can be.
I
it can
used to be
struggle.
a try and like me. Boy, I was really a please like me guy.
I'm still like that, man. I'm like,
I
wait,
hated it.
What about me?
I was like, why am I acting like this? This is lame as fuck.
I'm trying to think if I was ever like, I obviously you always want people to like you, but was that ever overt? I don't think so.
Yeah, I was definitely embarrassingly like, come on, be my friend, please, please be my friend, be my friend. Like, I was heavy. It was annoying.
I was definitely overt with my in-laws because they are a big sports family, and like, I love sports, but I'm not.
Oh, you were with that with like the in-laws. Oh, that's lame.
absolutely,
Oh, damn, that's
absolutely. 'Cause,
crazy.
I mean,
I was a
this
kid.
was the
I
first
was.
time
Rock, that should be who you should want your in-laws to like you. No,
No. You either. Hey, look,
I'm not
I
saying
got
placate.
lucky.
I'm not saying placate. I'm not saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well then, okay. Yeah, it's cool that my in-laws and we rock together.
Yeah.
But if I had to go to war against them, I would. Respectfully, like, I love them to death. I love them. I love them, but it's not forced love. This is a natural love that developed.
Yeah.
But it was a time when they didn't want me to be with their kid, and we were beefing. And the only reason we not beefing now is because they cool with me being with their kid. But
I feel like let a
That's
purge happen.
funny because Ciroc, I've never heard you speak on your in-laws.
I love them to death. They the
Yeah.
dopest. Like, so it's Mr. J. My father-in-law, he's a former Navy guy, heavy decorated, and my mother-in-law is used to be a entrepreneur guru. I mean, she had a whole bunch of businesses popping. Like, she was one of those people who was watching babies making jewelry, all that type of stuff at the same time. And
Like
they are amazing
Baby D.
people. Yeah. And they raised Shauna similar to how I was raised, a little bit more strict, a little bit more, foundational, like, block time type stuff. But ultimately, they are dope people. And it made sense for them not wanting me to date they kid. But it was the same thing that I told Michelle. Like, I don't give a... like, I know who I'm going to be with for the rest of my life. Y'all late. So, at the end of the day, y'all just going to be like, you was right. And I'm going to be still with the person I'm with. And that's why I never really listened to them when they didn't like me, because all the things that they thought were going to happen weren't going to happen. and we still, 16 years later, we still together. And every time I come to a family function, I look at him and say, "Told you." Like,
No, my in-laws love me too. They wish Sierra was with the baller. they definitely would. Everybody
I mean,
is.
you're gonna be there though.
Ayrton, you drive a mini Bronco. You are a baller.
Thank you.
You're a
Thank you
baller.
for being specific on the mini size. the
I
mini
know
Bronco.
you could have left that out.
Why would I love?
You
The mini-
killing it,
the mini
fam. You
part.
killing it.
I'm not gonna let these people think that he.
You a bad bitch now. You got a mini Bronco. a mini Bronco.
That's funny.
I'm gonna give him his props, but I'm not gonna lie out here.
Say something.
Ayrton, you're part of what are you, like top 25, top 20% of people in the world as far as financial stability. You're good.
Look, I'm blessed. That's all I'm gonna say. I work hard like everybody else, and just blessed. But I would make you laugh that my mom said last night. So the wife and I went to a basketball game. She's a huge, she loves Klay Thompson, right? That's one of her boos. And my mom is like, if that's your type, why you with this runt? And I'm just like,
She called you a runt.
she called me a runt. My mom and I.
Hey, yo, I would have roasted. Hey, yo, you want me to roast the OG for you? Cause me and her got that relationship. I can get it for you. You know I can.
Say something.
Your mom said that.
My mother said that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm a roaster. Hey, I'm a roaster in the group chat. I'm a roaster in the group chat for you. That way you can feel confident. I got you.
Look, it was the funniest thing because I'm like, Bob, it's okay. She like her premier people are like, Jalen Hurts, Klay Thompson. Where do I fall in line?
So did she settle? She settled. Just asking a question. You said
what?
Jalen Hurts, Klay Thompson. She was a former
That's
athlete.
crazy.
Look at the time, guys. Look at the time. Coming up to a close, guys.
Okay, guys. I'm in the group chat. Look, I'm in the group chat. I'm about to get her real quick. I'm about to get her. I'm gonna say her wig was backwards during service. And one of her friends told me.
My mom gonna be like, I don't wear wigs, but
What's
okay.
crazy is why hasn't he questioned that I'm in a group chat with your mom and aunts?
Look, I'm over here looking. I thought he said our group chat.
Not what he meant at all. I got it.
Okay.
I understood.
Okay.
So when
Hilarious.
she talk about today at the show, she gonna talk to you later. Hold up.
That's funny.
I can't with this guy.
I sent it.
I'm gonna send somebody to take that.
You're going to
Yo,
need a 10th Christmas tree.
You're gonna need a 10th Christmas tree, damn it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take it. That's a nice tree. But look, family.
Kale, you want me to add you? Kale, I'm gonna add you to the group
Don't be
chat.
adding no Cam. Don't be adding.
That's funny.
Man. But look, family. As always, always great talking with y'all. Look, what do y'all have going on for the holidays? What anything happening pretty soon that we all want to let the folks know?
It is time for me to start the choreography and planning out the so each song that's being written and mastered at this point is going to have a co-relating choreography dance for the group of dancers that I'm introducing myself with, and so that's fun. The band is getting
Are
music.
you dancing too?
Well, not like I'm not the one, but
They're around
right,
you.
they're around me, so
Okay,
I gotta
okay.
know where to move.
Because if I see Ciroc bust out with
No. My
That's
joints, I'm too damaged. I ain't got enough cartilage. I got enough cartilage.
700, 450 pounds. Them knees only the two-step. They can only.
I'm not moving fast. What's that dude? Big Boogaloo? What's that big?
That's so
that dude I
funny.
can't stand watching. Nah, I can't.
You talk about the one that was going back and forth with Snoop?
I don't even
Oh
know.
my gosh.
Man.
Man.
I don't even know.
Speaking of healthcare, please, I hope he got an. I'm just.
So yeah, so it is hopefully by summertime, man. The band will be locked in. with all the new music, and the dancers will be proficient, and I won't die. I won't hurt myself. And we're working on adding pyro to the whole overall setup. So hopefully by the beginning of summer, I should say, I should have a complete 30 to 40 minute set with pyro and dancers and all of it to get on the festival line.
Let's go.
I love that.
Go.
That's super dope. That's super.
I
dope.
love that.
What about you, Miss Michelle?
So we got our red carpet premiere January 11th, 5 p.m. at FFX Theater. The tickets are available. If you go on the Family Fun Experience Theater website, you can pull it up and get your tickets there. And we are going to be previewing the audition episodes of the full package. And plenty of, if you haven't noticed, plenty of posts lately that so you can get some sneak peeks. Nina and
My
I
team
will be
been
on this
reposting.
live.
We've
Yeah,
been
I love that.
reposting.
Thank you.
Cam doesn't repost, but that's okay.
That's a
He
damn
helped make
lie.
it.
That's a
He
damn
helped
lie.
make it. He
That's
helped
a
make it,
damn
but
lie.
he don't post.
You ain't seen my stories?
You don't
ain't seen my
post.
stories?
You don't post.
I see.
We could go to your post right now.
It's in my stories.
That ain't shit. You gotta make reels, Cam. Let me go.
Oh, I'm old. I'm old.
How you gonna make the TV show, but you can't make a reel? You can make a season, but you can't make a 12-second video.
Yeah, shit, how the hell I do this? How this
That's
go
so
again?
My editing prowess goes in another direction. They're making the reels off of my product. Damn it. The hell?
Facts.
Y'all
Y'all
can't
better,
make a
y'all
reel.
better act like y'all know who y'all talking
he
to.
did selling us, bro. He did selling us.
Man said,
Would be no damn reels. No damn
Wait,
reels.
can we decide? So can we decide which Cam Instagram we're using so we can stop? Cause
I use the ball if I'm tagging.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. What is
You
it?
don't have, so my biggest following is on Call Me Cam.
Call me Cam.
That would be
Okay,
the preferred one. Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
And then Cam shoot stuff is just your OnlyFans ladder thing.
No, actually, OnlyFans is on Call Me Cam also.
Now I feel so dirty for saying it. I feel so dirty for saying today.
I don't even want to follow Call Me Cam right now.
That's funny.
I feel like I need to.
Your algorithm about to change up all of a sudden.
All the way.
I'll be right.
Man, well, look, y'all. Tomorrow, Sunday. I got the privilege of I'm gonna be hosting a red carpet over in Suffolk, the 11th annual Black Men Rock Image Awards. So I was honored to receive an award for Entrepreneur of the Year the previous year, and the coordinators that contacted me and asked if I want to do that. I'm like, sure.
How much that award cost? How much it cost?
Not anything. Ouch! Ouch!
Hey man, you gotta fake it till you make it.
We gotta,
Till you make it.
Rocky, now we gonna talk.
If you gotta buy an award or two to get that rugged Evo name out there, then that's what
Hey,
you gotta do.
you gotta buy a couple. You gotta buy a couple. That's how it is.
That was very Cat Williams of you, goddammit. But man, I know a few of the guys that are receiving an award, man, and it's like a scholarship. All the proceeds, ticket proceeds, they go towards a scholarship fund. So got that going on, and then just man, I've been fortunate, man. Work's been really busy. It's the holiday season. It's one of our biggest, our busiest times, really. But we've always succeed each and every year, so we want to keep that momentum going all year around, and not just during the holidays. So
Shout out Mayor Gavin.
That's it. That's all I can say right there.
Governor.
Governor, he gotta hold a smaller office first, right?
don't
Can you
know,
just
man.
jump like that?
Have
Look,
you
look,
seen,
let me
have
start
you
with the-
seen
let me
his
start with the-
political connects and people that be like, Eric
Let me
Tan,
start with the HOA first, man. Y'all. I gotta make sure Miss Darlene Shrubs is cut equally. You know what I mean? I gotta make sure.
This man started small. Let me start class president. Let me.
Is Arrington a Karen? We think Arrington is a Karen?
You think
He's gonna
HOA
develop.
Karen?
First
he's
of all,
gonna develop into it. Not
moments
yet.
Where I do want some
Not
get
yet.
off my grass. I will say that I've had some moments like, please
I think
get
I can
off
see
my
it.
grass.
I think I think I can
Don't
see
be
it.
that. Don't be
I'm a
the
lovely
HOA,
person.
Karen.
I'm
Yelling
a
about the
lovely person.
kids playing out in the street, like, oh, I can see it.
Why they making so
Slow-
much
slow
noise
down
at that
sign.
playground?
It's 8:30. It's 8:30. Damn it.
Oh my gosh, that's funny stuff. That's funny
All right,
stuff.
y'all. Look, my house wicked. My house is rumbling. I can hear them upstairs. They about to.
All right, family.
Give me 2 minutes after the recording. No.
Okay.
As long as we're not recording, we should be good
Yeah.
because they ain't gonna be able to be quiet much
Oh
longer.
yeah, for sure.
Well, all right, fam. Well, look, be sure to follow In Your City 2 on IG. Follow us on our YouTube channel, In Your City, as well. Continue to support the program. Look, you can follow us on all podcast platforms. We will see you next time. We out.
Yeah.